Howdy. Welcome to the veritable edge of Western civilization yet again. This is Venice Beach, California. And this is Life of the Artist, David Alexander English. Latest update. Today is October 29th, 2019. And it's a beautiful day. We picked the golden hour so I would look so splendid in this light, and which is a really good thing because I just woke up from a wonderful nap, and you know how your face feels crooked after you've had your face pressed into a pillow. Anyway, update. So today I had a dentist appointment, or I should say a dentist disappointment. This is just where they get to tell me all the things that have gone wrong in the 10 years since I had the resources to take care of my teeth. And they want to take teeth out, and it's so crazy. They want to take out like 5 teeth before you do radiation and chemo and everything. You want to take out 5 teeth. I'm like, so when you take out those teeth, what do I replace those with? Oh, well, you know, if we take all those 5 teeth, we can get at this one tooth that we can salvage. And I'm like, yeah, but what do I do with my mouth? Doesn't hurt right now. What do I do when you've taken out those teeth? Oh, well, you know, we could probably give you like a partial denture or something. I'm like, thank you. Let's print that up, and I'll. Is there a folder I can put that in? Craziness. But look at this. Isn't that beautiful? Yeah. This is the point, and that is a serious friggin' low tide. It's one of the lowest tides we've ever seen out here. This is the breakwater. This is usually where I come to watch the fireworks on New Year's Eve. And there's usually like nobody out here for that for some reason. One of the best ones I ever spent was when I came out here. I actually had somebody with me, and it was foggy, so you could barely see the lifeguard stand right there. Right. Where's the lifeguard stand? Lifeguard stand. Oh, there it is. And so from here you could barely see the lifeguard stand, but it was completely clear straight overhead. And they usually do the fireworks down over here on a barge, and it was amazing. It was just you know, fireworks and fog. It's wonderful. Okay, so yesterday I had a meeting, an appointment with my primary care person, physician's assistant Nancy, and she clarified some things for me. Apparently this PET scan, I'm told, it takes like 10 days to get the results. It's good. It would have been better if somebody had told me that. So I still as yet do not have the results. But there's a scheduled meeting consultation, another one of these office meetings next week with the hematology oncology department at the Harbor Medical UCLA whatever thing down in Torrance, where supposedly there'll be like a little round table of treatment options presented, and one of the best parts of the news I've heard is that at that point we can decide, I can kind of, have enough information to decide whether or not to go forward with what they obviously want to do, is just the usual chemo radiation thing. And if the cancer hasn't spread to anything else, then I feel confident in being able to do my naturopathic solutions, continue with that. I'm very encouraged by some of the things that have come up in the past week about that. And so November 5th is the next benchmark date when I have that appointment, and from there we'll make a decision about what I'm going to do going forward. Oh, I forgot to mention, in case you've just happened in on this whole thing. On September 19th, I was delivered a diagnosis of squamous cell cancer and of the tonsil. And that does not mean that all they have to do is take out my tonsils. It means that I don't know why they said tonsil, but because it's all up in the back of my throat, the back of my mouth, and so there's there's this phrase that is used in literature, and we hear on television and movies and stuff, and it goes, "I don't want to alarm you," which is a great way to start a sentence when you know exactly you're going to get the exact opposite of what you're saying that you don't want to have happen. So I don't want to alarm you, but Sunday was one of those days where, in the parlance of the street, shit got real. In those movies where the character's going along, and all of a sudden they just start, they cough up all this blood, and then they, camera quickly cuts to the next scene, and they're in a bed, and they got the monitor beeping, and people looking very gravely around them, and all that sort of shit. Well, minus the bed and the monitors and all that bullshit, but Sunday shit got real. I had this experience. I just started using these new course of treatments that were I'll tell you, one of them is called blushwood berry, and it grows in northern Australia, and it's a tremendous antioxidant, and it has been shown to, if you put it on like skin cancers, for instance, in 2 weeks they can just fall off, basically. So that's blushwood berry, and then there's this thing called chaga, which is it's a fungus that's found in North American forests. It's supposed to be really powerful, and we literally found, my friend Rita's house found an unopened tincture, big tincture bottle of this, excuse me, and she didn't even remember having it, but I started using that, and it's if you look that up, it's supposed to be actually kill cancer cells. So and then there's this other stuff that's also based on a mushroom, and it's called AAHC, and it's supposed to kill cancer cells and boost support your immune system and all that kind of stuff. And so I've been trying that out for about the better part of a week. And anyway, on Sunday, I spent the night in the bus, and in the morning, first thing, I was feeling really good, and I wanted to go on a walkabout. I was going to walk up the coast and towards Malibu, and just have some time with the universe. It's the closest to nature I can get and still be here. So I squirted the blushwood berry into my mouth, which is real. I feel in a way I'm really lucky that I have access to this cancer, as opposed to people that have endocrine cancers or some whatever. So I can actually apply things to it, and if you can be lucky to have a cancer, that so I applied it, and I started to walk out to the bathrooms at the beach here, and I felt something flowing down the back of my throat, and it turned out to be a lot of blood, and it was kind of continuous, and I was swallowing, and so one or two things happened. Either a piece of the growth fell off and I swallowed it and it was trying to coagulate, or the growth hit a blood vessel. Either way, after a couple of hours of some self-care, being quiet and still, and focusing on happy thoughts. Don't let anybody tell you that doesn't work. Now, go to your happy place, America. It stopped bleeding, and I continued treating myself with the chaga and the blushwood berry and the AHC, and I haven't had any problems with it since. But I was able to connect with my good friend Honora, who's since we met 20 years ago, she's become a naturopathic doctor, and she's based in West Virginia. And I was able to get her on the phone, and I told her what was up and everything, and she made some suggestions. And she's actually sending me a care package as we speak. It should be here day after tomorrow, of some of her recommendations with dosages and all this kind of stuff. And so there's a whole new course. And one of the things that I'm excited about that she came up with is being able to put this there's a stuff, it's called pokeweed root, and there's a couple of different ways to take it. We ordered some, and it's as a salve, and you can put it on directly. It's a poison basically, but it draws poisons out of your body, and so I ordered some online, and I didn't realize that she was sending me some too. So now I've got extra. I've got plenty, and and they'll both be here before the end of the week, and I can start because what she said is she thinks that one of the things may be happening is that the lymph nodes are congested, which makes perfect sense and explains why the lymph nodes have actually, this large one that you see, there's 2 more behind it. There's actually 4 in that area, but only 3 of them are swollen. But this one, the large one, it's actually started to get bigger since I started doing all these cleanses and stuff. So to me it seems like it's trying to do its job, but because it's actually been swollen for a year, so it's congested. And so hopefully my operative theory is that if we can help it get uncongested and support continue to support the immune system with the other things that I'm doing, this green drink that I do every day that's with Dr. Schultz's superfood and the black seed oil, black walnut oil, green tea extract, and whatever else I can think of to throw in there that's going to kick some cancerous butt. Yeah, baby. It's some nasty tasting stuff, but at this point, nasty tasting is working for me. So, yeah. So that's where it's at right now. I still feel good. I'm weight wise, I'm about 183. About 185 after a good meal. And let's see. I may be leaving some stuff out, but I'm trying to keep these a little shorter. Got some great news. Tomorrow, I'm gonna get on a bus and drive up and that'll take me up to Bakersfield and meet up with a friend. We're gonna drive up into the Southern Sierra to some hot springs. Hallelujah! I've been, jonesing for hot springs since all this started. It's like hot springs for me are like, it's like plugging yourself into a battery, and just like the ocean. And the housing thing is still, it's not resolved. I'm still living in the bus. My friend Rita would love for me to stay at her house, but I don't want to lean too heavily on that, because I know this, like I said, shit can get even more real than what happened this weekend. And I've had friends that have actually gone through this very same thing, same diagnosis and everything, and their relationship did not survive. The brother survived; he's alive as far as I know. And this just happened in the past year, and they were in love when they started, and it's just so I don't want to lean too heavily on any one relationship, friendships. But I also have been learning a lot about accepting and welcoming and receiving, and people say, you're in my thoughts and prayers, and they say, I'm praying for you and all that sort of stuff. And just a little feedback on that. I really feel that. I feel like I'm being held in this like container of just good love and good feelings of people. And I knew I always was before. It's just, this is, I just want you to know that I do feel all of that. And it does make a big difference, because I can't say like, oh, I'm all alone, you know what I mean? Because there's no way that I'm all alone in any of this, you know. I know that you, if you're watching this and you've been watching for 20 minutes, that you actually give a shit and care. And I know that no matter what happens, that it's all going to be okay. You know, it's all unfolding the way it needs to, the way it should. I mean, this is what I'm looking at right now. You know, this is, I am so blessed, you know. I mean, a lot of people, when shit like this happens to them, they've got to find a place to go to, or they think about, maybe if I could go, you know, if I was only someplace else and whatever, you know. But this is like, I'm in a magnificent place to be going through what I'm going through, and that feels, like I say, I feel really blessed. So I got that working for me. So I'm going to be up in the Southern Sierra for the next couple of days, in the hot springs, and then next week is the conference and everything. And after that, I hope to go up to Big Sur and spend some time up there. Go sit on the mountain for a minute, take things from there, you know. But we'll see. I mean, shit could get more real. And you know that old, it could get worse before it gets better. Yeah, Sunday really brought that home to me. That Sunday was the worst day so far. And but luckily, you know, I wasn't in pain. You know, I'm not a real fan of pain. I don't know too many people that are. And I want to say something about the way people talk about cancer. You know, they and illness in general. They say, mine, my this, my malady, my cancer, my whatever. This is not mine. It's not like my pet. It's not like it's not mine. Okay. I know we have to use language that you know, where we can get a handle on something, but this isn't it. This is not. This is a point in a process for me. That's the way I look at it. And once again, you know, I do not feel in any way like a victim. I feel like I'm on a shamanic journey, and this is just a turn on the path. The other day when I was, you know, coughing up blood, and I was gargling with these new, you know, the blushwood berry and stuff. I was looking up at the sky, and I got a glimpse of myself a year from now, you know, looking back on all this, and feeling really good about what's happened so far. So, and here's another thing, you people. It seems like everybody that I mention what's happening to me about, they're like, oh, you'll be okay. You know, it's like it's so cool that everybody thinks. Not everybody, I guess, but most of the people I talk to, like today, I was getting my car jumped to move it for street cleaning, and we just got it jumped, and this police car pulls up right next to where I'm closing the engine compartment, and it's this police officer that I've known for years. He's probably about 20 years younger than me, but he's an African American brother, and we always say hello, and we always shake hands and give one another hugs and stuff. And because I just really love his attitude, you know. And he said, and he's not always on the beach. I'll see him, you know, every couple of months or whatever. And he pulls up, and he's like right next to me, And he says, "Hey man, I haven't seen you in a while. How you doing? How's business?" I said, "Well, haven't been working on the boardwalk since I got a cancer diagnosis and la la la." And he's like, "Oh man, I'm really sorry to hear that." I'm like, no, it's all right. It's all right. I'm still here. I ain't died yet. I'm gonna be around, you know." He says, you got this. You got this. We'll be praying for you, you know." And it's like this feeling that people feel like, "Oh, David, he's gonna he's gonna, if anybody can beat this, he can beat that," you know. And it's I was laughing about the other day. I'm like, when I was kind of choking, you know, I was like, these are the moments where I think about all these folks that think, "Oh yeah, David, he's got this." You know, "I got this. This is, you know, I can't let down all these people that think I got this," you know. So, so if I don't happen to got it, it won't be because I wasn't trying, just so you know. So, trying my best to stop killing myself here. Yeah, we're getting up there in the minutes. Sorry. I wanted to talk about the astrology, just briefly. So right now, for the whole world, what's happening is this week. It started on the 27th. You know, for me, there's Saturn is coming into conjunction with Pluto. Pluto is around 21 degrees Capricorn, which is my ascendant. And they're both going to be crossing my ascendant at the same time. And the peak of that is going to be the second week of January. Now, this week, on the 27th, Mars in Libra is squaring Saturn. And it's gonna, it's squaring Saturn, and then it's gonna continue on, and it's gonna square Pluto. And Mars and Pluto are the they're the dual rulers of Scorpio and the 8th house. And so Mars is a lower octave of Pluto, and Mars is the activator, right? And so I said to my friend Rita, I said, this for the whole world, this is happening in this time frame, and I'm kind of the poster child for these transits, and because it's affecting my ascendant, I'm facing death, death, the process of death, transformation, rebirth, and Mars is activating that. And so what's happening is that after Mars finishes dancing past that square point, the challenge to grow point with Saturn, is going to do the same thing with Pluto. And for the whole world, that's going to, the basic structure of the world is Saturn, power struggles, shared resources, all of that is part of the Pluto and the death, transformation, rebirth process. And it's all happening in Capricorn. That's the structure of the world is going through these transitions, and they've all been kind of like building and building and building for the past couple of years. And this week, as I said to my friend, this week we're going to see the events that transpire in this week are kind of like the catalyst for the fulfillment of the change that's being brought into the world. And this is especially true politically, and so all the stuff with the Trump administration and this impeachment proceedings and all that stuff. If you all look at it, it's all part of. Astrologers right now are just like, yep, this is it. This is what it looks like. And so it's interesting because I'm going through all of this at the same the same time the whole world's going through this thing. But I'm more like I said, the outward expression of these kind of changes. So anyway, maybe next time I won't talk so much about the other stuff, and I can give a little more attention to the astrology. But I'll see you on the other side of the November 5th meeting, and hopefully I'll have more information for you what's going on. So remember that I am loving the bejeebers out of you back. And this is, once again, me beaming love at you. I see you. Blessings and light, everybody.